Welcome to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Dimitri. I'm here with Ian. He's running the camera, but we always value his input when he runs his camera. And today we're gonna talk about Fender flares, how good they are, and at the same time, how bad they are. But as we make our way to the vehicle, we're gonna point out to a couple of cool cars we have at our Boxborough showroom. You can see there's a 46 M3, that one is in service. Here's the Toyota that we just sold. This is an amazing car. We'll have the link for this listing. Even though it's a sold car, there's a lot to learn from that one. Here's the Ford Mustang. This one is a 66 or 7, and this one is in for floorboard replacement, something we will do at our service center. Here's a Volga Gaz 21, very unusual vehicle for United States, a sold CLS 550, awesome twin turbo V8. Speaking of twin turbo V8, here's one, that's a G550, and it's ultimately the AMG sleeper. Has a lot of AMG parts, but it is marketed in the US as a G550. Full disclosure, it's not an AMG car, but it is a lot of car for the money. And here's another car, a lot of car for the money, which is Challenger, with a shaker setup in front of the windshield. And here's the car that is called Turbo, but it actually does not have an internal combustion engine. So go and figure that out. And that's an awesome car to drive. It's an amazing car to drive. But down-to-earth pricing, there's only one car in the showroom that can satisfy a car enthusiast needs, and this is this Nissan Pathfinder that we're very lucky to have. This vehicle came from California, but the reason the owner is so amazing, because they did an outstanding job retaining nearly new vehicle condition on this 2001 Pathfinder. So we're using this vehicle to talk about Fender flares. You'll see a lot of Fender flares on different cars. So here's one. And we can talk about these. We know a lot about these, right, Ian? Mm-hmm. Yes, Ian knows a lot about those. Because
the G-Class Fender flares like to hide some nasty rust sometimes.
Yes, so, let's get right to it. We love the appearance. The reason manufacturers use them, and we love to use them, because they add width to the vehicle body. You can use a little wider wheels or tires or both, and it does look beefy. We all love it. But what is the price? Of course, if it came with a package, there was an extra cost to them when you bought the car. But what is the price we pay for having Fender flares? It could be a very expensive price. On this car, it was fine because it did not cause any rust. So we already completed complete overhaul of 3 fenders on this amazing Nissan Pathfinder. Wait until we list this car. We're just completing all the work, and we left this one of the fenders. We're gonna show you what is it that we need to think or worry about when we have a vehicle that came with Fender flares, or something you installed as a vehicle owner, or maybe someone installed as a previous vehicle owner. So what is it that we need to worry about as a current owner? When we received this vehicle, it was in amazing condition, but we still managed to spend almost $10,000 to make it even more amazing. And our listing will show all the improvements we made. One of the improvements we're finishing right now, it is pretty much removing the fender flares, cleaning out all this business. And this is one fender we haven't touched, so check this out. Look at all this dirt buildup, that, and especially this here. Look at this. I'm just gonna move this, and imagine when it's all wet, and imagine that it's all chemically enriched by calcium from the road here in New England. It will take no time to pretty much get fully rusted. Well, first of all, the abrasive rubs through the clear coat and paint, exposes a little bit of metal, and then it's just a matter of very short time when that metal starts rusting, and in no time it goes right through. And then one day you will see a little bit of rusty bubble just coming out from under the flare. You think, oh, it's not a big deal, I'm gonna fix it. You remove the flare, and there's a big hole, and there's a tiny little rust showing up this way. So now you have chunks of metal that's missing under the flare. Well, we have to give Nissan a credit. I think they did a better job than Mercedes, because somehow their flare sealing gasket is pretty much fixed on the surface of the fender. So any rubbing and vibration does not take place between metal fender and this part of the gasket. It's rather here. At least that's what we saw. There was nothing rubbed through the paint. When we take flares on the G-Class, very often we will see the gasket will actually rub through the clear coat, base coat, and primer right into the metal, and the metal of course starts rusting. So this car is from California. There was no issues like that. And so the challenge that we had, of course, we took this out, we washed the flares from inside, we cleaned the fenders, but Nissan does not make these seals anymore. They're not even listed as a part number. I think they're part of the flare. So we had to scout the internet and different suppliers to find the profile that we could use to replace these. And after probably a dozen of different products, we landed on one that works even better than factory. So check this out. You can see how it works out. It looks awesome. And of course, under there, it's all cleaned. We have rust preventive treatment underneath there, and we can show it to you on the other side. Yeah, and Ian will give us a shot from the distance. Look at this car. It is just, it's amazing. This car is absolutely amazing. And look how nice and tight this all is. It's not going anywhere. And here we have the original one. We actually haven't touched that, so that's going to be the next one. This side was completely faded, surface dry cracked. It was not falling apart like the ones in the back. And you can see how it looks. It's not that great. And that's going to be, this flare is going to get removed, cleaned, and a new fender flare seal will be installed on both front fenders. Yeah, but you can see how nice this car is all around. And hopefully this little video will save a few cars out there, because as a vehicle owner, you own it to yourself and to your vehicle one day to remove your fender flares on your vehicle, to inspect it, clean it, and do rust preventive treatment. If this car was from New England, there would be a lot of rust. Maybe there would be some holes. And again, those could be repaired. There's never too late to go after the rust. And this is something that we do at our service center here in Boxborough and at our Northampton, New Hampshire location. So if you're not up to getting your hands dirty, we have awesome technicians. Not only they can do it, they will enjoy doing it. We're all car and motorcycle enthusiasts and would love to work on your vehicle. So thanks for watching this video. Please consider sharing, subscribing. Let us know which videos you like the best by simply clicking that like button. Thank you, and until next time.